I did it again. I did it again. I left out the sound. I'm going to have to edit this one too. So I keep forgetting to turn on the microphone. This is new setup for me, gang. This is like I've been just started doing them like this here recently. So with the new webcams and the new microphones. So yes, let's start the show over again. Hi, I'm Todd Nauck. Welcome to San Diego Comic-Con at home. Day 4, the last day of San Diego Comic-Con weekend for 2020. So I'm need to turn down the volume. Today kind of had a bit of a wibbly wobbly start to the day, obviously. So today I'm going to be doing a post-it note to end today's live stream. In fact, we're just going to start completely over, fresh due to the edit. If you're watching this on replay, more than likely you'll see that you will not see the first minute of this live stream where I was talking and the microphone was not on. So so yeah, I'll just start this completely over. And yeah, so I'm going to do an illustration of Ant-Man on this post-it note and give it away. I thought yesterday would be my last giveaway for the San Diego Comic-Con weekend. I decided let's just end Sunday on another giveaway. So just for the fun of it, why not? So usually I do headshots here on these post-it notes, but Ant-Man is just small enough. I think he'll fit entirely on this post-it note. So now that we got the mic running, looks like cameras are working, looks like the OBS is sending in the live stream, let's get to drawing. So, as I was saying before the microphone was on, I think I should be able to fit the full body Ant-Man on here. His head will be is significantly smaller than it would be if I was doing a headshot here, but I have to make room for the body and the pose. I kind of have an idea of how I want to draw him in my mind's eye. So we'll see how well this translates here onto the page. Just kind of allowing myself the freedom to edit as I see it develop on the paper as I go. I think I'm going to draw the most recent version of Ant-Man's comic book look, not the motion picture look. I'll try to respond to questions and comments while I draw. Unfortunately, I can't see them all because a lot of my focus is on the art, and since I'm seeing the comments live, they kind of pass by. But sometimes I'll scroll back if I'm able to. But yeah, we'll just see how many questions or comments I can respond to. But even in the best situation, I wouldn't be able to respond to them all. So I do appreciate y'all's understanding and grace in that. I'm going to try to have him running here a little bit. I have to make an edit here because I have put his arms in this position here. So this leg should not be moving forward. Opposite arms, or arms move opposite of the legs when we walk and run. You don't have the same arm going forward as the leg going forward. You know what? I thought I was going to scrap this, but maybe I can. Well, I think I'm going to change up the pose here. Maybe I'm not going to have him running. Making an edit. Calling an audible, if you will. We need a Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends comic with me doing the artwork. Who do you need to send a letter to? You need to send a letter to Marvel. Now, what they do with that, I can't say, but they do appreciate letters to the letter column. I'm going to adjust the angle of his head more to where he's looking up. Oops. Gonna plug in the tablet. Keep the charge going so we don't lose the live stream. Do I do any artwork for the movies? No, I do not. I do not. I have a friend who does, but I do not. I do artwork for the comic books. I've drawn this version of Ant-Man. He was in the Deadpool Too Soon miniseries I did. This Ant-Man was a guest star in that story. And that story is in trade paperback now. So if you like my art and you like Deadpool, check out Deadpool Too Soon. It's a really fun comic. It guest stars the Punisher, Squirrel Girl, Rocket and Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy, Howard the Duck, and Spider-Ham, and Doctor Strange. So, pretty eclectic cast for this Deadpool series, mini-series I did. It's been a while since I've drawn this version of Ant-Man, so I have some Google costume reference pulled up. Have to make sure I get the details right. I did that story back in 2016, so about 4 years ago. I drew that Deadpool series. Deadpool Too Soon. I've almost got the basic body shapes down. Some of the costume details. And then he's got that weird stripe that runs down the sides of his chest. Make sure I get that roughed in. All right, a lot of this is going to come together with the inks, which are going to be very teeny tiny. How do you get your artwork noticed if you can't go to conventions? I would say post regularly on your social media and use appropriate hashtags. Is probably the first thing I would say to do. Build up your online community of people who enjoy your work. It's going to be kind of slow going at first, but maintaining that consistency can be of posting as regularly as possible can help. It can help. Let's see, so I'm going to use some microns here and start inking. I'm going to use the finer point microns for the most part, the 005 and the 01 Pigma micron. Yep. So let's see. Let's start with the helmet. When I was learning how to draw, which character did I want to draw the most? All of them. All of them. All the Marvel, all the DC, as well as my creator-owned stuff. So I just have a passion for superheroes and the superhero comic, the world of superhero comics. So, yeah, fans of lots of different characters, especially at Marvel and DC. Out of curiosity, how many microns a month? I assume you're asking how many do I use in a month? That is a great question. I don't really know. It depends on how much art I'm doing in that month. It could be anywhere from, I could be using 2 or 3 microns in a month. I could be using a dozen in a month. It really depends. I don't really keep track of that. I just, I buy them, I use them. When they wear out, I just toss it, grab another one, and keep moving. I don't really pay attention. But I do use them enough that I need to buy them by the box load. That's true. Unfortunately, I don't have even a rough estimate of how many I go through in a month. Because I use different size nibs for different techniques. I probably use more of I probably go through my 08, my 01 much quicker than I go through my 05. Because the 08 and 01 do a bulk of the work. But I use the 005 for the finer, kind of tighter, tinier details. So I'm only using that one just for like the faces for the most part, like the eyes, the nose, the mouth, maybe some rendering on the face. So that kind of keeps me from burning through the 05s, or 005s, I'm sorry, the 005s as quickly as I do the 08s and the 01s. So I probably burn through my 08s the quickest. Then the 00 or the 01s second quickest. And then lastly the 005s. Yeah, I can last pretty long on one box of those. So when I buy new art supplies, I buy a new box of 005s every other time because I'm using them. I'm not using them up as quickly as I am the 08 and the 01. So interesting question. I hope that kind of got close to a understandable answer. Yeah, I think people are asking about this giveaway here, where I'm going to give away this this post-it note sketch at the end of this live stream. It will happen on this live stream, so make sure you're tuned in. You have to be tuned in to be able to participate in this giveaway, because it's going to happen right here at the end of this live stream after I finish the artwork. So do stick with me. Get the felt going here. Can I do commissions? I am working on commissions. My studio list for the big commissions I do is closed. I'm working on those currently through my current list. When I'm able to take a new list of the big kind, I'll be posting an announcement on my social media and my website, toddnauck.com, which is all listed in the link or the video description below. All the links are listed in the video description below. But it'll be a long time before I can take on new big ones because I have a really long list that this stay-at-home season here, thanks to COVID-19, is allowing me the free time to actually work on those. So I've been making some big strides in that list, but it will still be a bit of a long wait. But while I'm working on those big ones, I'm doing handfuls of smaller ones, which I call my quote-unquote stay-at-home con commissions. I'm into wave 2 right now. I did wave 1 starting in April, and I opened up for a wave 2 in June. And I'm noodling on those as I work on my big commissions and do these live streams. So if and when I can do a wave 3 of those stay-at-home con commissions, they're kind of like my pre-con commission style pieces. I will be posting announcements on my website and my social media with more info about what day that list will open. And that list will open on toddnauck.com. And that, like I said before, that link as well as my social media links are listed in the video description below of every one of my art videos. So you can make sure you're following me on social media, and you can subscribe to my website's RSS feed so you can get email updates when I make updates to my website. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. Let's see, just double checking my reference. Make sure I'm drawing this costume right. Just knocked my iPad over. Oh, just bring it a little bit closer here. Just making sure I get his sleeves correct. Now it's blocking my light. There we go. Yeah, so that's kind of my commission situation. So do make sure you're following me on social media and my website for a possible opportunity. When I do open up for those stay-at-home con commissions, and if I can do a wave 3, that list fills up pretty fast. Wave 2, I had to shut the list down like in 2 minutes. I had to close it out on my website. In fact, you can go to my website, and if you scroll down like two posts to the second post, the first post is about these art live streams for San Diego Comic-Con weekend. Then if you go to the next post, I think you can see what Wave 2's post was. It will say Wave 2 is now closed. But you can, yeah, so the posts that are just below the top San Diego post on toddnauck.com will have that stay-at-home con info and kind of how that procedure works. It's a very specific procedure. So you'll want to make sure you're a little bit studied up on that if you're interested in the possibility of a Wave 3 stay-at-home commission. Because, yeah, like I said, they fill up fast. Right now, Waves 1 and 2 were for just U.S. Orders only. COVID-19 has really affected international shipping. I'm going to keep researching that and seeing if it can be feasible. I have shipped a few things internationally from my big stay-at-home, or not my stay-at-home, my big studio commission list, and some people didn't get their shipment for 3 months. It took 3 months to get from here to like Germany, or from here to France. This one that we almost thought it was lost in the mail. So right now I'm a little tentative to take on international orders until I know that the artwork can get there safely. Is the main thing. It can get very expensive for the international shipping. So I want to make sure it's viable for my fans and clients outside of the U.S. And I'll continue to track that on the USPS website to see how soon I can start taking international commission orders. Because like I said, it is a bit expensive, and it can take a while. I did have one order that got there like in a week, but then others take 3 months, so it's very inconsistent. I don't know how to crack that code, so I'm trying to be very cautious. But I'll have updates as far as international goes as soon as I can. So I haven't forgotten about y'all. I just want to make sure things are as safe as possible. Can I tell you what is or was the character that you love to draw the most? So many characters. I love so many different characters. I'm a huge X-Men fan and Spider-Man fan, so those are some of the first favorites that come to the top of my head. But I love all sorts of characters for all sorts of reasons. I love drawing all sorts of different costumes and personalities and power sets and things like that, designs and looks and stuff. So yeah, so it's rare for me to just have one favorite. I have many favorites. All right. Oops, got to finish this foot. So the details of his helmet and his face. So I'm switching to the 005. You can see how much work I did with the 01, and now I'm using the 005. You can see how I don't use up the 005 quite as much compared to the others. Excuse me. Let's see. Start to erase. Swallowed down the wrong pipe. Erase Just realized as I'm erasing the pencil lines, I forgot the chest stripes. The stripes that run down the side of his chest. So I'll have to tackle those here in just a moment. Using a kneaded art gum eraser, for those of you that are wondering what eraser this is. It's kind of this little chunky piece of gray clay-like substance. Just one of the several different types of erasers I use. All right, I'm going to switch to the 08 so I can get a nice bold, broad stripe compared to the rest of the line art. See. But he dislikes drawing Galactus. You know, I think I'm been kind of a running joke. I don't really dislike drawing Galactus. I just prefer not to draw Galactus at a Comic-Con because he's so difficult to draw that it takes up most of my Comic-Con day to try to draw him. So I have declined drawing Galactus as a commission request at comic book conventions for sketches at a Comic-Con. But I just recently did a Galactus commission here just this last month, so and enjoyed myself. So so it's not that I dislike drawing Galactus or dislike Galactus as a character, because that's not exactly the situation. It's just there are certain characters that are so difficult they take up most of the day at a Comic-Con, and that means I can draw. That means I end up drawing fewer commissions for people if I have to draw a highly detailed or detailed character. The movie version of Bane from Batman is another character that I realized after I started drawing it. This character takes forever to draw, and I'm spending most of my day trying to get this mask drawn. So he went onto my no-fly list for Comic-Con sketches. So I just want to clear that up, that there is no bad blood between me and Galactus. It's just he's too difficult to get drawn in a timely manner at conventions. Just because he has that big helmet, I prefer to do it here at my studio where I have my drafting tools, so I can get more precision in the art. But yeah, it did kind of become a running joke in my early live stream days of my frustration with how long it took to draw Galactus at a comic book convention, kind of morphed into a dislike of drawing the character. So I wanted to make sure that doesn't perpetuate, that y'all know that I am okay with Galactus. Just conventions, maybe not so much. I'll see you later, Galactus. I'll see you in the studio. I hope that made sense. See, what character can I draw the fastest? I would probably say I'm most familiar with drawing Spider-Man because I've worked with that character for so many years. I feel very confident in that because I'm so practiced at it. I don't know if I'd necessarily say that I draw him the fastest. I think I would rather say I feel I can draw him more confidently. If that makes sense. Because my muscle memory has been so trained over the years. Not that he's still not a challenge to draw. The challenge for me with Spider-Man is trying to come up with a pose that's not exactly the same as one I've done before. So so that can be a challenge now with drawing Spider-Man because I've drawn Spider-Man so much and so many times. So every character has their challenges, even the ones that I feel most confident at, where I've drawn the most regularly. Nightcrawler, Robin, Superboy, and Impulse from my time on Young Justice. you know, any character that I've worked with a lot, I can feel quite confident in my ability or skills to draw them. But I'm still going to encounter some sort of challenge. But that's the fun of it. That's the fun of drawing, is to kind of overcome the challenge. For me, it's like drawing is like a video game. You know, you play a video game because it's challenging. You've got to work your way through the adventure. If the video game was easy, you'd get bored and wouldn't play that one. So that's kind of the way it is with art. I mean, challenges are frustrating. That's why it's a challenge. But you know, it's pushing through and learning the technique or the sequence of doing things to achieve mastery, to go to that next level. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how I see drawing, or challenges with drawing, is this is my video game. This here, what you're seeing here, this is me playing my video game. But IRL. All right, let's start dropping in some color here. I'm gonna use some neutral gray for his helmet. And his collar. These little diamond-shaped things on his belt and his knee pads. Pick this down to a neutral gray 1. A little bit of a lighter shade. Let's drop in some skin tones. Let's go with some E01. This is a very tiny shot of Ant-Man, so the amount of color rendering will be not as detailed as if it were doing a closer up shot or a larger version, because there's just less real estate to work with. Forgot to put that neutral gray 1 in his color as well. All right, let's drop in some darker neutral gray in the sleeves and collar of his costume, like the neck portion. A little neutral 5 is what I'm working with here. This post-it sketch will be a giveaway here at the end of this live stream, so stay with me, gang, if you're able to. If not, no worries. Come back and watch me finish this on replay. I am going to edit out the first minute of this live stream, because that's dead air, and dead air is like death in videos or radios. So so we will lose the live stream comments, unfortunately. That's one sad thing about live streaming, is that I have to edit out like a chunk of, like, you know, not having the microphone on. We will lose the live stream comments, so I do feel bad about that. But coming in with a little darker with some neutral 6. But that's just kind of the way YouTube works right now. Hopefully they'll fix it to where it doesn't make the comments go away if you have to edit your video. But it's cool that they have a way to edit videos or edit live streams. You can edit out a middle portion, which I've had to do because of a gag in the internet when I had my old internet service, and there'd be this long, weird gaggy part, so I can go in and kind of cut that out. Oops, bumped my camera. Sorry, gang. All right, so now let's bring in some red. I'm gonna start with a darker red, some R56. Just a little bit. And some R27. Let's see. Would I say I've been been influenced by one artist in particular more so than others? No, not necessarily. I am influenced by many, many different artists whose work I have enjoyed. I probably have like 4 that I consider my top influences. Um, but I wouldn't say that there's just only one artist that has influenced me. There have been multiple. I've been inspired or influenced by so much. And I think you had a follow up to that was, do I ever find that my peers inspire me versus those artists that came before me? I would say my peers do inspire me, but the ones that came before me, their work still holds up. That stuff from the 1980s or before I was born, like the 1960s, or even like Will Eisner, who goes way back even before that. It's still gorgeous, strong, powerful work. Bernie Wrightson, another legend. Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko. These guys are still, I think their work from the earliest days of comics, for some of the earliest days of comics, whether it be the Golden Age, the Silver Age, the Bronze Age, it's good stuff. And as my skills mature and my tastes mature or change or evolve, I see things in a different way. And so I am inspired and influenced by the classics and the currents because I love art. I love to draw and I love superheroes. So so it's not just one way for me. There are many ways that I am either inspired or influenced or can learn from artists of the past or the present. Let's see, a little neutral, or not neutral, not even doing anything neutral here. R24, just for the last lightest shade here of the red. We got a little spot here on the foot. I can erase a little bit more of these pencil lines. Oops, I need that red for his lenses of his helmet. Come back here, R24. Thought something was missing up here. There we go. Let's bring in some cool gray for shading. The shadows, just a little bit. Okay, let's see. I want to try an idea. Where's my pencil? There we go. Hold on for a second. So let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking of putting a kind of a shadow behind him, like he's standing on this post-it note. We'll see how well this works. Kind of creating a shape behind him. You know what? I'm not liking that. So I'm going to bail on that idea. It's not working at the angle I wanted it to. Try it like that a little more. Forced like that. We'll just give that a whirl. Some of those pencil lines I don't need. in with some cool gray 4. Let's create a bit of a fade behind him, just a little bit, kind of circular around, like almost like a spotlight shining down on him. Gonna try some purples, some BV34, just kind of around the corners, kind of a circular motion. Little BV11. Little V01. Gonna bring in a little cool gray here. Let's start with that cool gray 4. And darken up those corners a little bit. A little cool gray 2. Try to blend it all together. Something I want to do here next. Where did this go? There we go. It goes in that one. Where's my triangle? Is it? I'm gonna kind of make it look like he's standing on like a tiled floor. So just running a line. That. This. Do one more line back there, kind of gives them a little bit of a environment to stand on. Gonna erase some of these extra pencil lines from the shadow. Don't really need them. Now where's my white gel pen? Put my outline, the white outline around him. Give him pop off the page. Love the pop. Why do I do my work on some Post-it notes? It's just fun to draw on colored paper. It's all started about, gosh, maybe 7, 8 years ago. I just wanted to do a quick little sketch to kind of warm up for the day. So I just I wanted to do a little sketch, so I grabbed a little piece of paper. Happened to be a pack of red Post-it notes, and I drew a little Spidey on there, posted it to my social media, and people really responded well to it. So I did another one, and I do them, every now and again, sometimes fairly regularly, and people really responded to it. And I just kept doing it. Kind of became something I became known for. And it's just kind of fun to do these illustrations on different colored Post-it notes and see how they look on that colored paper. So that's why. That's how and why. Just fun. So I think commissions are good for social media. I'm not sure if I understand your question. If you'd like to elaborate, hopefully I'll catch that and I can hopefully give you an answer, something close to what you're looking for. I mean, I like to post my, I post most of my commissions. I probably post a vast majority of them on my social media because then it's content for people to see, like, and comment on. So, so in that sense, for me to have content for my social media, yeah, commissions are great. But I'll post things I do for fun. I post things I do for work after my publisher, most of the time Marvel, announces it. Once they announce it, like I just recently did a cover for Marvel, but I can't say which one it is or show it until Marvel announces that cover. And once they do, it gives me some content that I can then add to my social media. Oh, hey, my friend Will Robson's here. How's it going, Will? Gang, this is Marvel artist Will Robson. He and I both worked on Deadpool, Spider-Man Deadpool series. We did back-to-back story arcs, which are collected in trade paperback. I forgot the name of that one, the name of that trade paperback. But you can also see Will's most recent series, which I think was the Spider-Ham miniseries, which I just read the first issue, Will, and it was great stuff. Let's see, I'm going to grab my white pencil here. Just going to put a little white here into his helmet. This is a Prismacolor watercolor pencil. Let's see. So I think you're expounding on your question. If you have a social media for art, should you do commissions? The word should gives me pause. I think if we're working with the word should, that's, I think, something each artist has to decide for themselves. So, because should is a very powerful word, and I want to be very careful how I answer that question. So that's something that, and now if you're speaking for yourself, something you'll need to really kind of figure out if that's something you want to do. If you're asking for a friend, that's something they'll want to think about if that's something they want to do. I know I do commissions, but you think the trade that Will's saying here, you think the trade that we both have the Spider-Man Deadpool stories in is called Buy This Trade for Todd Nauck's art, skip the first 3 issues. Will, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. You're funny though, Will. You are funny. I think I want a little more shadow here and in the red. One for cool gray 5. Have I used other media besides watercolor for my comic artwork? aside from line art, and the only thing I've done professionally with watercolor was my cover to Mystery Science Theater 3000, issue 1. Issue 1, I did that as a watercolor cover, pen and ink and watercolor, but all the other covers for that series were colored digitally. So I've only done one watercolor piece professionally. All that rest I've just done the line art for and been colored by amazing digital colorists. A little white here into his teeth. I'm gonna grab my Jelly Roll white gel pen to put a little tiny highlight in his lenses. This gives his lenses a little pop. I like to put a little pop in the eyes. A little bit of the highlight in the eyes, whether it be lenses or their actual irises of a character's eye, can give them a sparkle, kind of a life, a glint to their eye, if you will. So, yeah, I think this was good. So I'm going to put my name and date on this. I'm going to put it in the perspective of the tile of the floor, like it's been etched or written. Into the floor. And then we'll find a winner for this. So get ready, everybody. 26th July 2020. There we go. Ant-Man on a Post-it. Just hanging out, chilling on a Post-it note. I will have a shot of this on my social media, so stay tuned to my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Art of Todd Nauck Facebook page. I'll have this posted there a little bit later today. And all the links to my social media are in the video description below. And I'll once I get this piece posted to my Instagram, I'll put a link directly to that shot in the video description below as well. So let me go find I pre-wrote out my question. Now, I didn't see everyone's posts or comments, so I don't know if how much Ant-Man talk there's been going on during this live stream. But I am up to speed with the chat. So the chat is current for me. I'm seeing them now as they post. So I'm going to post the question so that when the answer comes in, we know it's coming in after my question. So I'm going to post it and read it. So make sure you're looking at the chat feed, live viewers, so you can see the question come up with everybody else. And because some of you might be able to read and answer faster than I can by stating the entire question. So here we go. I'm going to post it, and then I'm going to read it. So what Marvel comic title is the first appearance of the first Ant-Man? So first person to respond. Tales to Astonish. That's right, John Burton. Tales to Astonish was the first appearance of Ant-Man. Actually, it was Tales to Astonish number 27 was the first appearance of Hank Pym, who was the first Ant-Man, but he did not become Ant-Man. He didn't become Ant-Man until issue 35. So 8 issues later was the first appearance of Ant-Man in that same title, Tales to Astonish. So yeah, we have people throwing in the issue number as well. So so John Burton, send me an email, mail, M-A-I-L, at wildguard, W-I-L-D, G-U-A-R-D, wildguard, G-U-A-R-D, .com. Mail at wildguard.com. Send me an email. I need to get your address and who I can get your name so I can, well, I know your name is John. It's great when your screen handle is the same as your name, so I can personalize this prize to you. I'll get it sent out this week. So, yeah, there we go. Gang, thanks so much. Marvel premiere was Scott Lang's first appearance, right on. Yeah, good thing I specified the first Ant-Man. Gang, thanks so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for joining me for all my San Diego Comic-Con at Home art live streams. It's been a fun 4.5 days. Feels kind of similar to San Diego Comic-Con in the sense that I get to draw and we can hang out and chat. So I will be doing more live streams. So do stay tuned to my channel. Make sure you're subscribed. And once you're subscribed, tap that bell icon to set your notifications to alert you for when I schedule live streams. Also follow me on social media. I often post the direct link to my live streams once I schedule them that day. So so if you're on the Twitter, Instagram, Art of Todd Nauck Facebook page, I often make announcements on there, either on Instagram in the stories, in my Instagram stories, or just a direct link from a new post on my Art of Todd Nauck Facebook page and my Twitter. And you can find all the links to my social media in the video description below. So go follow each link and then give me a follow on each specific social media platform so you don't miss out. And if you like this video, especially if you're watching now here live, or if you're watching on replay, just give me a thumbs up. It's greatly appreciated. If you're watching on replay, feel free to throw in a comment in the comment section below. Live viewers, thank you so much for the chat. Thanks for all the great comments and questions. Sorry I couldn't respond to them all. And let's see. Lastly, if you know someone who might like to see this video, feel free to share the link to them, post it to your Facebook page, or tweet it out. That's a really great way to support your favorite artists, especially for those of us here on YouTube. And go visit my friend Will Robson, Robson Inc. here. Go check out his live stream. I actually was a guest on his channel one time. He had me on as a guest, and I hope to have Will on as a guest as soon as I can figure out how to make that happen and make it work right, so that he can come and draw with me on my channel like I was able to do, go draw on his channel. He's a great artist, really cool guy, and yeah, so glad you came by, Will. And thank you, everyone, for especially all you longtime viewers, first-time viewers. Appreciate y'all coming to hang out with me. I guess that's about it. I guess this wraps up my San Diego Comic-Con weekend. It's a little bittersweet, just as it is when I'm actually at a Comic-Con, especially at San Diego. It's always bittersweet when the con comes to an end, but there's still a lot of Comic-Con at home content. You can swing by comic-con.org, which is the San Diego Comic-Con website, to see what other programming they have for today. I'm sure they have some more panels going on today. And yeah, so the con's not completely done. It's just I'm wrapping up my Artist Alley table here right now. In fact, I'm ready to go get some lunch. So I'm getting kind of hungry. But so glad to have y'all here. I truly appreciate all of your support. John Burton, congrats on winning this Ant-Man Post-it note sketch. I look forward to sending it out to you. And yeah, so until the next art live stream, I'm Todd. Let me try that again. Take two. Until my next art live stream, I'm Todd Nauck. Keep on drawing. Keep having fun. Stay well, everybody. Take care.